Good evening. How is everyone? Y'all see me trying to get this soup down again, right? Um, some cabbage soup. It heals the soul. I'm telling you. Mm-mm-mm. Plastic spoonage keeps me humble. In the words of my brother-in-law, he uses paper plates all the time. Beautiful food on his paper plate. Yeah, he says it reminds him, keeps him humble. Good evening, Suzette. Oh, well, thank you, because I meant it. Yeah, yeah. Evening, Miss Cheryl. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Thank you for coming in, hanging out. Miss Sandra, hello. Yes, it's it. I know you know I do. Don't mind that a black bean that was in my tooth. Okay, I think I get it. Yeah, man, this soup is so good. Yeah, y'all come on in. Miss Angela, hey! It's so good to see you. Y'all, I've got some catching up to do on these videos. I just got through, and then this I was about to call her a heifer. I just got through Diva Jones videos, and then she put out like 3 more, right? Like seed something about seed harvesting and stuff. I'm like, Lord, she is pumping the videos out. You hear me? She is trying to teach the people. And then Miss Angela, I ain't even seen your tomatoes to see. I think I've seen them tomatoes one time. I need to get on my job, don't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I Hey Tina, Sacred Home and Garden. Hello. Good evening. I'm just finishing up my soup, trying to get some people some time to come on in the house. Y'all see I'm in a different location tonight. All right. I'm in my bedroom. I just feel like I need to just be easy tonight. Yeah. I just need to be easy. Let's see. Everybody saying hey to one another. I posted some last week and then some these squirrels, let me tell you, all in my face. Was it yesterday or the day before? I was out harvesting tomatoes, and some of them were ripe, some of them, a lot of them were not ripe, but I know I can take them off the vine, right? And put them in a window and they'll be fine. But I got all of my, not all of them, but most of the San Marzano at the bottom of the plant off there, because right in my face when I was out in the garden, the squirrel grabbed one, a whole tomato, took one off the vine and ran off, and then pursued to eat it right in front of me. So I was like, all right, dude, I see how this is gonna be. So I just went ahead and chomped off as many as I could that were really low hanging. Not that they can't climb, because they can, but I got a lot of them off of there. So am I in the dark? No, it's just horrible lighting. Yeah, horrible lighting. Um, I have a ceiling fan in my bedroom, and I got my phone. That's a black curtain behind me, and got this black rug hair. No, it's just dark in here. It's just dark. Can you see my face? Yeah, squirrels are horrible, Miss Tina. Yes, they are. I think I know the deal with the squirrels. I had some sunflowers in my garden this year. The squirrels consider that a welcome mat. Yes, they do. They take down my sunflowers every year. I've got to do more research next year about, or for next year, about how to keep my daggone sunflowers. Because, I mean, I really feel like it's them. I don't think it's the rabbit. Like they just go yeah like that to the stems, right? They just, it's like at an angle. It's so weird, and I really feel like they just chop them in half and then eat the middle part of the flower. I mean, it's not even at full maturity yet. Why you turn my flowers up like it, dude? It happens every year, every single year. So I got to do some more research on how to do that because I really want like a 20-foot row of sunflowers next year. Yeah, I really do. Um, hey Missy, what's going on? Good evening. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know about that. I don't know about them squirrels. And I mean they have a party around here. So, I got these two big trees in my front yard. So, they pretty much, there's, two or three families in those trees, and then we got trees everywhere else. The neighbors are starting to cut them down though, which, I mean, I don't, if it's gonna cause harm, which those trees are or would eventually, from falling, I get it, but don't just be cutting down trees, just be cutting them down. You feel me? Mm-mm. But whatever, they're on their property, so they can do what they want. I need to cut mine back. I need to cut them limbs, but you try not to cut a whole tree down if you don't have to. Join the Squirrel Removal Society. Right. And you know what? In some states, some cities, counties, I don't know, you can be fined for catching squirrels and moving them somewhere else. Any wildlife. So like if I had some possums in my yard and I caught them, didn't kill them, but caught them in a cage and relocated them, and somebody found out, I could be fined for that. I'm like, I didn't kill the dude. I just put him somewhere else. But they're trying to, some cities, states, counties, whatever, they're trying to um prevent the spread of some diseases and things that animals carry. So when we do that, when we move them around, that may not help with that mission. So yeah, you can get fined for that. That would never happen in the great old state of Texas. I believe it. I believe it. Can you call the animal rescue folks? I am truly upset with the battle of the backyard squirrels. I thought they like just nuts, not tomatoes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't. They may entertain it, but yeah. And what I've learned is that the squirrels and the birds, they don't really want to eat the tomato for real. They just want the water content. That's what I've always been taught. And but I'm like, you ate a half of a beefsteak tomato. What do you mean you just want the water? Like, and I mean, I'm not seeing like little pieces where they spit it out. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a half a tomato gone. That's what I'm seeing. So I don't know, but that's what I'm told. That's what I've been told all my life. The tomatoes, they just want the water. The birds are just pecking because they want the water. And I think that's true. I just don't know if it's all the way true for squirrels. If that's the only reason why they're eating the tomato. I think they just want it. Yeah. Probably first for the water content, and then it's a supply of food. We're feeding these creatures. My tomatoes are dying off now. I'm getting ready for my fall stuff, but I did get tons of tomatoes. Well, great. I'm glad you got tons of tomatoes. What type of tomatoes did you grow, Sandra? And yeah, it does. It's like I'm in the mood to rip some stuff out, like I'm ready for fall gardening. And everything's been going really well in the garden. I can't complain. I really can't. It seems a little slow this year. I don't know. We haven't hit August yet, which is usually the big, time for everyone to harvest. I feel like my garden compared to other gardens are really, really slow this year. And now I know I need to pay attention to what zone they're in, right? Because if you're in a warmer climate, you're definitely going to get harvest before me. I get all that. I just feel like things are kind of slow. I don't know how else to say it. Exactly. I see them chomping. That is not drinking water, right? They eating, Miss Angela. Hey Zoe, what's going on, Zoe? I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you, Miss MB. Good evening, and she's back. Thank you so much for that comment at the very beginning of the chat. Thank you, thank you. Tina's Sacred Home and Garden says yes, it's very beautiful. Yeah, I just planted tons of beans yesterday. Today, going to start some greens later this week. Yes, I planted beans yesterday too, because I had my squashes have just been. Letitia will not grow another squash plant in her garden without there being some type of row cover on them. I will not ever do it again. I'm not if I don't have row covers and I can't get the squash plants under row covers, I'm not growing them. When I tell you I have pulled out 4 squash plants, um 2 cucumber plants. I don't think the cucumbers because of vine borer. I think the cucumbers because of those daggone beetles, cucumber beetles that are passing disease, or doing their thing and creating disease. Hashtag wilt. And I have taken my cucumbers out too. I had some bushing cucumbers, the Space Master cucumber, and beautiful plants at the very beginning. Beautiful, beautiful. I've only gotten 1 cucumber off of 1 plant that has 2 more, but the others didn't have a chance. Flowers everywhere, little bitty fruits everywhere, but they died because they were attacked by these cucumber beetles. I tried, y'all. I tried my best. So, row covers. If you have some, don't like them, send them this way. Okay? I pay the shipping. If you know where I can get some, a lot of them, I need about 5 to 10 row covers. I might be able to cut some of them in half because they're probably 100-foot row covers. I'll be able to cut those in half. But and maybe 3 in quarters, maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided how long I want my rows to be. But yeah, I won't be growing squashes ever again without them being covered up. Ever, 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 ever. So if I don't have the row cover, I just won't be growing squash because row covers. Yes, they're like they're usually white, okay, and they kind of help. They do help keep pests off. A lot of times you see them on a lot of lettuce green farms. The farms that grow greens, lettuce, salad greens, and stuff, to keep that cabbage moth off of there. But I want them to keep the daggone vine borer and the squash bugs off the best I can. And the squash bugs can burrow and dig and live in the soil too. But anything to help with these squash bugs, because they just, I stay on top of them, y'all. But Lord, it's work. It's working. I went out today after I'd say it's been 2 days since I picked squash bug eggs off, and these plants got them all over. And the squash vine borer eggs look like the squash bug eggs. The difference is the squash vine borer usually lays their eggs, that same bronze brown colored egg, at the stem, on the stem of the plant, at the base of the plant near the soil. But they can also lay their eggs on the outside of the leaves, underneath the leaves. But I've been sitting on the outside, and the eggs are further apart. So the squash bug usually lays them like right next to each other. The squash vine borer, honey, may lay 3 here and then go over on the leaf a little bit and lay 2 there and 1 here. That's what the squash vine borer does. Looks like squash bug eggs, but they're more spaced out. Honey, yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So no more squash plants. Zucchini is included. Zucchini, pumpkin, yellow crook neck, yellow straight neck, patty pans, 8-ball zucchini. I've tried all of them. No more. No more unless I have them row covers. Okay. Yep. Let's see. I'm going back to the chat, y'all, because y'all are. Oh, hold on a second. I missed a lot. I planted medium-sized sunflowers about 4 feet, and the squirrels did not bother them. Well, praise Jehovah, because honey, you just got that blessing on your garden, because these squirrels be taking me out every year. I'm so happy though, Missy, because the squirrels are really a pest. They really are, and I try to live with them. I try to just be like, look, squirrels, come on now. Y'all know I'm about to grow some food this year. Can y'all just work with me? I'll leave something every year. I leave a pumpkin out here for you, and y'all tear that up every single year. I got your back. I throw some bread out here for you, some breadcrumbs. I don't eat the butt of the bread. I don't eat butts. Okay, so I'm a little embarrassed after saying that. I don't eat butts of bread, the bread butts. I throw them out for you. And sometimes little big girl farmer be like, Mommy, let's not put this apple in the compost. Let's feed the squirrels and the birds, okay? And that might be the problem. They just feel like they can help themselves. But I just feel like, man, I'm trying to work with you. Work with me. Cherry aroma and beefsteak. What about them? Say, oh, those are the type of tomatoes you grew. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, thank you, MB. You meant it, and you're welcome. Thank you. Quietly gardening's in the house. Good evening. Good to see you. Let's see. Experimental gardener, best yet. Hey, what's going on? Cheryl says hi, quietly gardening. Okay, saying hey, what's up? What's up? What kind of covers are you saying? Yeah, row covers. ROW. Yeah. And what kind of? Okay. I will try again with the aluminum foil and BT. I did too, baby. And what I found out though was too, I probably need to continue to wrap in aluminum foil as the plant grows, right? Because for instance, with the yellow, the patty pan squash, my experience, even with the 8-ball squash, that plant gets big and the stems are big and they travel, or not travel, but they spread out, right? So they don't grow straight up like this. They grow over like that from the soil. Yeah, the stems do that. And so if I only have the aluminum foil here at the base where the plant started, and all this stem right here is chilling and exposed, then I'm gonna have a problem. So yeah. Insect netting, yes, it's called insect netting too. Yes. If you go on Amazon and type in row cover, it will pop up. Agro fabric. Okay. Yes, all those are appropriate names. The row covers protect the stem. No, they protect the whole plant because it's draped over the whole plant. Okay, so the insects can't get in. Zoe says, Miss Barefruit, I'm back in school since being in the pandemic. I'm taking advantage of this time. I try to pop in when I can. I do watch all your videos. I will like them during my brain week. Thank you so much. And congratulations on going back to school. Y'all, big decisions are being made right now during this pandemic. And I encourage everyone, and not I think I would submit to, especially during the pandemic. And when I tell you, I have not been spending as much time as I need and should, and I'll go on and be completely honest, okay? With with my higher power. But I honey, when I tell you today has been one of those days, it's like the whole last 4 or 5 months have just caught up with me. And I just need to spend more time. And I feel um a little bit guilty about that. Like but I know I'm forgiven. But I just got to do better and be better, right? If we don't change things, that's when the problems start. Okay, we have to just do better and be better and be more aware and make it a priority. So instead of sitting on this computer all the time, I know what I need to be doing some of the time, right? And that's all he wants from us. That's all he wants is a little time with him, a little time. And I need to do that. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I googled it. That would help. Okay, I googled it. I'm sorry, I'm lost, y'all. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm not sure what you googled, Missy. Angela, I think I know what you mean. Okay, okay, y'all trying to figure out what I'm saying. I'm sorry if I'm confusing anybody. Um, something I used to is the old time sheer curtains. Yes, ma'am. I just found so set. I just found 3 curtains. Now you think it would be 4, and I don't know where the 4th one is, but I found 3 light green sheer curtains that I'm going to use next season. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm like my yard lawn is gonna look all kinds of ways next year. These people ain't gonna know what to think. My neighbors, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing it. Let's see. If you use row covers, you'll have to hand pollinate. Yes, ma'am. Good point. That is a terrific point, Miss Cheryl. Yes. If I use row covers, I will have to hand pollinate the squash. Yes, you're right. Or anything that needs to be pollinated. Yep. I have taken that into consideration, but I'm like, I would be on the floor with on the ground with these flowers, doing everything I need to do. If I could just prevent these gone squash bugs and vine borer. I mean, this year is the worst I've ever been hit with vine borer. The worst. The squash bugs has been a lot more manageable this year for me, but last year was the worst with the squash bugs. It's like I couldn't do anything about it. But yes, ma'am, you are totally right. If you cover crops that need with row cover or insect netting or whatever you want to call it, you will have to hand pollinate because the bees and wasps and everything else can't get to it. Okay. And I'm not counting on the worm or the ants. I'm not counting on the ants to do it for me. Even though they do pollinate, I believe that. I'm just not counting on them. Okay. So you are totally right. I just bought more 2 new stars of squash and made Lady Cheryl spray tonight. Hello. I know that's right. That mosquito spray. Miss Cheryl got a yeah, she got a what's called a recipe, yeah, for some homemade mosquito sprays. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Zoe says, Barefoot, I need your email to email you some shampoo. Honey, email me some tomato. I mean, not email it. Mail me some tomato seeds. It's a very prolific plant. I've never heard of champagne tomato. I've never heard of that, but I'm down, Miss Zoe. Thank you. Barefruitgardening@gmail.com. The name of the channel at gmail.com. Thank you. I swore off growing anything associated with squash. I know, and it makes you feel that way. It's like, dang, man, I just want some zucchini. And I like yellow squash, I do. And I like to grow things I don't typically see in the store. I have never seen in the store, like the 8-ball zucchini. That tripped me out. I was like, this is a squash that is round and not a pumpkin, right? Kind of like a pumpkin. But I love the different colors, the different shapes. Absolutely love growing things that I don't typically see and definitely didn't see growing up. Okay. Definitely. So yeah, y'all laughing at me. Best yet, Johnny, my spray was working great until I went on vacation and could not spray. Jesus. Never give up. We can defeat them. Yes, Miss MB. Yes. And I feel that way too. That's why I keep growing squash every year. And I'm getting better. I'm getting better and figuring out different ways to handle it. But I just made up my mind that I must have that row cover insect netting agrofabric. I must have it. Must have it. Yes. Hey, Miss Angela. Nice to see you. Angela Bowden. We have all kinds of Angelas in the house. Y'all are blessed, okay? There's so many of y'all. I'm excited that you're here. Let's see. Everybody's saying what's up? Good, Miss MB. New unexpected puppies in the house. Yay! What kind of puppies? I love puppies. Have a productively wonderful life, everyone. Stay positive, keep growing. Thank you, Miss MB. Thank you so much for coming in. And let's see. Yes, aluminum foil will probably have to be added to the length of the stem. I thought someone said their mating season was over, so I swore I sow more seeds. Well, I don't think so because, honey, they still, or at least not in my zone. I'm in zone 6B, and they still making babies. They still making babies, honey. Yep, yep. And looking at me like I dare you do something and making babies. Ain't that something? Um, let's see, Miss MB, you miss the relationship, and since you are aware, you can do better. Yes, I can. You're so right. I thought sheer curtains too. I would check the thrift stores. Yes, good, 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 good. That's such a good idea. Yeah. With the sheer curtains. Me too. They were awful, but I got a tip. Then at the beginning of the season, the vine borer laid the eggs, and good idea to wait to plant them. So I did it, and it's better so far. So you you got a tip that the squash vine borer lays their eggs early in the season, and so you waited to plant your squash later in the season. I posted a video. It's a set. I can't remember what zone you're in off the top of my head, but I posted a video when the whole vine borer happened. Might have been in the Facebook group. I can't remember. Or it might have been on YouTube, but I did post one, and it was pretty. I don't know if I planted squash now if I would have enough time. I might. The squash that I have, I might have enough time. I'm not sure. To plant now, and I did sow some more seeds. They just never came up, so I just kind of gave up. But I did give up on that. Yeah, yeah. But I still have 2 plants left. I still have 2 plants of the 7 that I had. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yes, they're all they are awful though. UT's in the house. Hey, what's going on? Susette is in zone 9A. Okay. They only do it once a year, and they pick my garden. Yep. My client's hair dryer stopped. Gotta go. All right. All right. Okay, I think I caught up in the chat, y'all. Whew, y'all had me working. Okay. But yeah, so I was just reflecting earlier. I told y'all that I just feel like I need to spend more time with him, and and do a little bit more. This pandemic is, and I hate talking about it. I hate talking about it, but it just is what it is. I find that because things are happening and heightening, they're already happening. Again, like numbers are going back up, and things like that. We got some news that some people in our family have it, and it just, the anxiety again just has increased, and um y'all, it's just so hard living in a world where you are just, I mean, like, there's nothing you can do other than doing your best, right? And I guess that goes for everything, but specifically with this sickness, this virus that's going around, it's just very, it troubles my heart. It really troubles my soul. And so, anyway, in the midst of everything that's going on, I just feel like we have to remember that self care is important. And I know that we say our gardens are that place where we can go relax, chill out, and have a good time and take it all in. It's just like, remember though to let it be that, because I have kind of gotten to where I was starting to avoid the garden a little bit, and that's only because of the pest pressure. Like, it's something I didn't like about the garden, so I don't want to deal with you today either. And where the garden is supposed to be a place that I can resolve myself and whatever's going on, and spend time. So it's easy to get distracted by things. And even in the spaces where we're supposed to feel safe, comfortable, relaxed, peace, sometimes things can disrupt that energy. And so it is a conscious, like, thing that we have to do to remember those places and those times in our lives where the expectation is peace, stillness, comfort, um, confronting yourself or whatever in the best way possible, so you can resolve and not let it become another place of chaos and unrest. And you know what I'm saying? Because you will start to do things like avoid it and not want to be in that area, or even think about it anymore. So I just want to encourage everyone through this time, because it is hard and it's crazy, and there's a lot of things that are going on that we do not understand and will never understand. And I know that too. But we have to make sure that we keep the main thing the main thing. And I think if we do that, whatever that means to you, if we do that, we can have some consistency, like, in keeping ourselves sane, right? And grounded and rooted. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have days where it's crazy, okay? And you crazy. Your mind is just going everywhere. It doesn't mean those days won't happen. But remember that if your space is for you and it speaks and is always full of peace and positive energy and good things, and you feel calm and relaxed in those places must stay that way, specifically because we're in our homes and we can't go anywhere else really, hardly. You can take a drive, you can go out in the woods or whatever, but there's no, we can't go to a spa, we can't go to, some of us can't go because we've decided that we're not going to go. It's your choice, but y'all feel what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. Okay. Um, and so that is why you were getting those 3 o'clock wake ups. And so set, yeah, yeah, hmm, yeah. I'm trying to decide. Yes, I'll just say yes. Yeah. Hey, you're in. Oh, somebody. Okay, y'all talking. Um, my best at this time is opening my Bible first thing in the morning. I get my few chapters in, and it sets the tone for the day. Yes, ma'am. And even I found that the regularly scheduled program, right? Like, now we're going to Bible study on Facebook, and instead of at the church house, and all these different changes that are going on, and there's no excuse really to miss any of that, or to not engage, or to have your own thing, however you deal with your stuff. Okay. um I'm not, because everybody does things differently. I'm just saying, whatever it is, you know either, if you've been off course, just recommit, to yourself, to your higher power, or whatever practice or that you do to keep yourself rooted and grounded. I've been hearing that all day, Tisha. Just be just be still. Just be still, and chill out. Chill out. Okay. And see, remember, in the clouds, we were driving, we went for a drive, and my husband's father had surgery, and he's doing really well. But, my husband had to go lay eyes on him. And so we traveled, and that's the first time that the drive was only 45 minutes, but that's the longest we've ever been in the car in the past 4 or 5 months, right? And but I'm looking all around at the trees and the grass and whatever. On the way back is when I became the most anxious on the way back home about a lot of things. And I looked up in the sky and there were clouds, like rain clouds, right? And but you know how like even though there's big rain clouds, the sun is still peeking through. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And gosh, if that wasn't a moment that I just could have balled buckets, right? Because we just sometimes we have to be reminded. And I thank God for the opportunity to see that type of stuff. Like it's not just the rain clouds in the sky with the sun peeking out. Y'all feel me? Like that spoke to me. And it always does. It always does. But this specific moment that I was having in my head, I needed to be reminded really quick. Okay. And I just happened to look up because it was getting dark and I was like, oh no. And I was so focused on this one raindrop that was on the window. When I tell y'all, I was going through some stuff today. And I'm just sharing. Okay. I'm just sharing because there may be somebody else out there that is experiencing the same thing. And you just need some normalcy. Like you know that it's okay, but you need somebody to tell you that it's okay to go through these things, okay? And because it is. We all do it. We all do it. Everybody deals with things differently, and it may not be the same exact experience, but we all have been through and are going through times where we have felt so out of control you just don't know what to do with yourself. And then you get that reminder, right? Of that everything is literally going to be okay on this side or the other. And you know, I'm glad I don't have control over all things. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Like I wish I had control over everything that was happening with my family or in my family or to my friends or to myself, but I don't. And I'm assured that that's okay because there's somebody that does have control. And regardless of what we think, um, whatever his plan is best. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I just want to be a part of the plan. I just want to be a part of the plan. And so anyway, let me uh see what y'all talking about. Yeah. Okay. I'm headed out to do my evening gardening, watering, and fertilizing. Yep, you go do that. It's the best time. The best time to fertilize and water your garden is in the late evening when there's no sun or little to no sun. I got to do it while there's a little bit of light, but honey, it is so peaceful and it's like everything is winding down, but that sun isn't beaming on the back of your neck. So, yes, I agree. Thank you and good to see you, Zoe. Okay. Uh, you feel me, Suzette? Yeah, that was a message to look up. You so right. You so right. It does take trust. A moment of self clarity. A lot of clarity happened, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah, you too. Miss Angela, listen, Angela. When I tell you I'm right here with you, I'm really trying not to act. I'm really trying not to do what I want to do because it's been rough. It's been a rough day. And not the whole day. It's not even the whole day. It was just a rough moment, a little good long moment, and it just yeah. But I think it's been building for a minute. We do this thing called suppression. Humans are really good at that, and some people may call it avoidance. But yeah, it's just good lord. Yeah. Whew. So anyway, I don't want to keep y'all long. I just felt like I needed to be in the presence of some good people and share some things because yeah, everybody's experiencing all kinds of different things in the world right now. And I'm with you. I'm praying for y'all. I really am. Like I pray for everybody. I just you know, and just do the best you can. And so if you are staying at home and you have minimal contact and you're only going out for essential items, uh, my husband and I had this conversation a few times about his gardening essential, and I was like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir," and he had to hear me, because I don't think he's completely bought into you serious yet, right? It's always been a hobby thing for him. Oh, this is just a little hobby for you. So I think that he is yeah, I think that he's getting it now. And so if I need to run to the garden center to get something that I absolutely need, I'm gonna go because it is essential. I'm growing food, dagnabbit, right? But if you're doing that and wearing your mask while you are out and around people, it does not matter how many people it is. Wear a mask. You're saving someone else's life and you're saving yours at the same time. Please, please, please wear a mask. And everybody's got the little blue 3-ply ones that go behind the ear. With any of them, I learned that if you can have that mask on and blow a flame out on a cigarette lighter, then it's not 100% protecting you from COVID-19. So what I do is just fold up a piece of paper towel and put inside of the mask and go on about my business. The blue 3-ply ones are cheap. I got like 50 of them for $25, right? But I put a piece of paper towel in them and then put it over my mask or over my face and do that way to increase the barrier. I try, okay? And so anyway, but any coverage of your face that you can provide yourself, and do that. Please, y'all, do that. I care about y'all so much, and I just want y'all to be safe and healthy. And I know it sucks and it doesn't feel good, and I know it's uncomfortable and it's inconvenient, but please, please, I'm begging y'all, please, people, wear your mask when you go out, and then wash your hands when you get home. I used to wear gloves out to every store, and I stopped doing that because what I found out was, it may help. It may help. I'm not denying that. But we also forget that when we have gloves on, we can cross contaminate. And you're still gonna, if you're touching multiple things, and that's another thing, don't touch stuff unless you plan on picking it up. Don't touch anything unless because we used to be able to just move things out the way, look and move things. Just try not to touch anything unless you're going to buy it, unless you're going to pick it up and put it in your cart to buy. That's another tip. Okay. But um, we cross contaminate because we're holding our phones and then we get our debit cards out and then we get our keys out and we're still wearing the gloves. Yeah. So I'm not going to wash my hands. I'm going to do everything I need to do. Sanitize like crazy when I get in the car. And before I even shut the door, I already have hand sanitizer on. Okay. And then when I get home, I drop everything. I still have a mask on my face and I go straight to that sink to wash my hands. I'm not saying it's 99%. I'm just telling you what I do to try my best to protect myself and my family from germs. I'm praying for everybody. I love y'all. I swear I do. And just be safe out there. Okay. Remember what you need to do to get your peace, and to have peace of mind as much as possible during this time. But please, please, please wear a mask. Okay. And remember, the main thing is the main thing. Okay. Keep the main thing the main thing. And we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I love y'all so much. I'll talk to you later. Peace, y'all.